Phone. Yes, now I think it should be fine. Yes, Pixel, hello, good morning. It's Sunday, so we have some time to get some game going. So let's get into it. That's why we have started the stream earlier today. We will be streaming in the evening as well, so it's fine. And we are going to continue the speed run. As yesterday, I just got disconnected over there, so I'm sorry for that. But now I think I can get it today. Let's try to get that. And I will be playing with the subscriber as well. So if you guys want to play, you can send me the challenge. Speed run, yeah. Today ID is 1900, which so I'm 9 plus in everything. Wow, that's great. Congratulations on your rating. And let's start. I'm going to play 10 plus 5, and I will be explaining my thought process. Okay, let's go. So in the last game, we were playing the D4 opening in which I got disconnected, and that game got not get finished. So let's go for D4 this time. Let's go for D4 opening and already E5. This is known as the England gambit, which my opponent is going for. Okay, I think I can take. Not a big deal. Let's see. Okay, now usually we bring this knight out to defend that. So let's go for that. I forgot the line of England gambit. Maybe I can got trapped, but let's try. Let's try to get out of it. I can take, but I'm not going to go for that because I think that runs right into his. Well, I could take. Let's take that. Now let's go E3. Hmm. Probably he wants to throw this check. What if I just go a3 to stop that? I'm not saying there is anything else, right? Yeah, I'm not saying there is anything after a3 because we will stop this check. And there is nothing going on the king side. If he goes bishop g4, we can just go bishop e2 to just unpin that knight. Let's go a3. Okay, now bishop e2. I think black is preparing queenside castle, which I overlooked, to be honest. And now we have to be careful because this is a big threat. Although even then we can go for this, but I can castle, right? And after bishop b4 check, we can block with this bishop. But let's go bishop d2 first of all, so that this is not going to be a check. This is let's hit this bishop now. And the fact that we have not castle king side, this is a threat because after hg we can take that rook on h8 as well. So I think we are fine. And the only problem we have is our king. King is still in the center and black has castle queen side. So there are higher chances that he's just going to go, okay, he goes back, which already tells us a story that he is not feeling comfortable. Let's bring this knight out to c3. And I think we are now a healthy pawn up. But still, we have to be very careful as our opponent is playing a little bit faster. And he's just going for the attack on that side of the board. I like the look of knight e4. Targeting, let's go knight e4. Targeting the queen and double attacking this pawn. And we have not castle king side, so we can grab that pawn. We can grab that pawn. Again, we have a problem because the fact that our king is still in the center. And okay, we likely don't want to go there, and I hang this pawn. But I think it walks right into these kind of things. But now we are not going to be able to castle queen side. I like the look of bishop c3 though. It is just a 4, right? Yeah. Bishop c3 just forks the queen and that rook on the corner, as this knight is going to control that bishop of c3. But I think there is a trap. There is a fork on the road. But I don't think that quite work because we will have this and brother hangs his queen in one. Brother hangs his queen in one. So it was not the kind of thing I was wanting. But still I will take it. Let's go for that. I will show you that last line which black could have gone for. But let's wait for the resignation now. Okay, he's still not resigning because he knows that Poles will resign. That is still a. I can just take here, right? Yeah, let's take this. And after bishop takes e5, he will be hitting our queen. And the bishop is going to be hanging, but bishop is protected by the knight. Okay, he goes here, which I don't think is a good move. Because I can just move my knight now. And finally he resigned. Yeah, that's easy. So our opponent tries to go for the England gambit. Let's see what is the accuracy of this game, and we have crossed 800. Accuracy is 87.8. I don't know why, because I do not have any wrong move. I played all the right, but still accuracy is low because the rating of the players are low. Okay, we started with d4 and our opponent opts for e5, which is known as the England gambit. We captures knight c6 and we defend the pawn with knight c3. And I kind of forgot the line of. I think here he goes for this there. To be honest, I don't know what is the main line of England gambit. Oh, I don't know. No, I think first black can try to go no. If he goes queen e7, then when that bishop is going to be. I kind of forgot the line of England gambit, to be honest. Let's leave it because I'm not a fan of gambits and traps. So it has been like since 1 or 2 years I have studied these kind of things. Okay, we bring this knight out to defend that pawn. He goes c6. We just captured here. We are a healthy pawn up. Computer suggested bishop z5. Captures and now and black opts for queen f6. And now I think black is preparing this check, which can be a little bit dangerous. That's why we played the move a3 to stop that. Although knight c6, knight c3 was the top move. Now he goes bishop g4, pins our knight. Bishop e2 unpins that. And now black castles queenside. And now there is a fork on the road. If you just hit this bishop, there is this check, which can be annoying, but although it's completely fine. Black is targeting our queen and it's a check. But we have a simple move like bishop d2, which blocks the attack on the queen and which blocks the check as well. And now this bishop is hanged. And if he captures over here, we can take that with this knight even as well. But I think knight b2, knight b takes d2 is fine. Bishop is still hanging. Bishop has to move. Then you can castle kingside and life is easy. But I just play bishop d2 preemptively because I don't want to get into those sorts of complication. Although that was fine. He goes here, and now I play the move s3 to target the bishop. Since we have not castle kingside, so it is a viable threat because we can win that rook in the card. Bishop goes back, and now goes knight c3, g4. So black was going for the idea of attacking us on the king side. Bro, please give some tips to reach 10 elo. 10 elo. Okay, now comes knight e4, attacking the queen and double attacking this pawn. And he takes the pawn on d2, which is not a good move because you are opening up a file on the side of the board where your king is located, which is of course not a good idea. You just normally try to keep the side closed where your king is located. This is a bad move because it walks right into bishop c3-4, and we win the exchange. I was showing this line. At least he could have gone for queen b6, and after we capture this rook, there is this check. There is this check or there is this move as well. Hitting the rook, hitting the queen. So it's up to white what he's going to play for. Computer suggesting this is fine. You give up the queen. You give up the queen. Okay, king takes. Then he can take here, but then bishop takes, and white is fine. White has enough material on the board. So it was one to the viable line. But he just hangs his queen in one move with queen d5. We captures the queen and he tried one more move and then he resigned. So that's easy. Let's keep going with other game. I hope you enjoy the analysis. And if you are enjoying the analysis, you can hit the subscribe button and stream. Like the stream as well. And you can help the algorithm to push the stream to the more people. You mean 1000, brother? At 1000 you have to be a little bit careful as you are closer to getting a higher rated. So you have to be watching for the moves. So what is changing on the board? As you know, that chessboard is like so dynamic. Everything changes after each move. So you have to looking for all of those moves where every aspect of the position change. I have just played the same guy. I've just played the same guy, right? 1-1 because it is showing I have one score against him. Should I continue this game or should I just ignore this game? I think we should continue. There is no need to ignore this because our opponents has opted for d4. So we can play the queens Indian. We can play knight f6. I like the look of knight f6, but let me show you the easiest line. Let's go for d5. Let's go for d5. Okay, now our opponent goes for the London setup with bishop f4. Okay, now we bring this knight to f6. Okay, he's trying to create this pawn chain. Since we do not have bring this bishop out, so we cannot play e6. So generally you bring this bishop out to the pawn chain, then you play the move e6 to continue. Let's try to do the same. Bishop g4 targets the queen. And there is no queen b3 as this pawn is still on that square. Okay, we have induced f3, which generally is going to be a weakness as it is weakened this diagonal. Let's drop this bishop back to f5 now. I don't think this is a good move because it is going to be a weakness in the long run. It is not going to affect its position right now, but in long run it is always going to be weakness. Okay, now generally white's idea is going to be the move queen d3. Let's play the move c6 first, and after queen b3, we will meet that move with queen b6. Yeah, let's go queen b6. So in this kind of situation, so many people just get confused. Oh, he played queen b3, he's targeting our pawn, and we have to get our bishop back. or either we have to push b6. These are all viable moves, but you can simply play the move queen b6, offering a queen trade, and he goes back, which already tells us the story that he's going backward. That means he's wasting a tempo. Now let's play e6, as our light square bishop is out of the pawn chain. As our light square bishop is out of the pawn chain, so we can close down this pawn chain. We have a nice pyramid of pawn as well. Black tries to do the same as well, but generally in London system, this pawn used to be on f2, and knight is used to be on f3. Okay, he's over advancing on the king side, which is the same side attack. I don't think this is dangerous. We can just go bishop g6. If you go g5, this knight can go to e2. Taking the pawn was best though. Where? Where taking the pawn? Yeah, no, I don't think, because he can just go there. You can take this pawn, but in return of that, white will get some initiative. I will show you that line. Amitabh Bachchan. Which opening is this? This is, it was initially the London system. It is now Queen's pawn opening. Queen takes b2. Okay, I will show you that line. Okay, he goes for bishop g4, and he's trying to trap our bishop. Okay, even if we allow white to get h5, our bishop will not be trapped. Who will tell me what is the move there after h5? And in the interest of time, I'm going to be playing c5. I'm trying to open up the queen. What is the move here? It looks like he has trapped our bishop, but we can get out of this. I don't know opening names. I play randomly. Yeah, we can just take that knight. Knight was there to taking. Let's capture that. And now he look at these pawns. He has over advanced those pawns for the sake of the bishop, which was never getting trapped. And now his king is always going to be weak. So now I can capture and quickly go knight c6. Let's go knight c6. This okay. He's still going for the attack, which I don't think is too much. Yeah, let's bring this knight back to d7. At this level, this kind of things tend to happen where your opponents just decline to bring their pieces out and they just push pawn, 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 pawn. Okay, he's still going for the attack. And now we have to think, what should we do? We can capture over here, or we can push this pawn. We can push this pawn, we can capture. Both are viable, I think. If I capture, probably he's going to capture that with this pawn. And then we will get this square for our knight, and we can even castle queen side. Let's compete here. Let's take here. Because I'm assuming that white is gonna keep his king on this side of the board. Then we can use the g5. Okay, now we have to think, what should we do? I can castle, but I don't like the look of this bishop is controlling this tile. I can reposition my bishop over there. That's also a move. I really want to play bishop d6, but it is not a move because there is this. Okay, let's bring this knight out to f6. And we can defend this knight with bishop e7. Not a big deal. Speedrun. Yeah, it's a speedrun. Okay, now it's up to white what he's going to continue with, because he has not developed this bishop and the knight, and he's still moving his pieces back and forth. I would love to get this square for the knight, but that's not a move now. I want to trade off this bishop because white's king side is completely in shambles, but this bishop is kind of holding on to those sides of the board. So it would be great if we can trade off the dark square bishop. So let's drop this queen back to d8 and prepare bishop d6. Same per day bishops. Read no, Andrew, I didn't understand your language, brother. If you want to say something, you can comment that in English. Okay, let's go bishop e7 unpinned. He's still moving his pieces. He has moved this bishop multiple times. You was found cooking food. Rest in peace. Okay, now we have unpinned our knight, so we can just move this knight like knight d7 and offer a bishop trade. And if we can successfully trade this dark square bishop, then his king side is always going to be weak. Okay, what now? He is pinning our knight. I can go knight d7 though. I like the look of knight d7. But first of all, let's go queen d6 so that I can go queen f4 or I can control g3 square. Let's go queen d6. And we are supporting our knight as well. So after bishop takes c6, we do not have to take that with the pawn. We don't have to take that with the pawn. And now again, we are trying to get knight d7, offering a bishop trade. And now we have controlled g3 square as well. So bishop g3 will not be a move. And then maybe we can deploy our rook on g8, which will control the g5. And we do have the option of doing that. Okay. I don't know what is that. Maybe he's trying to control f4, which looks good, not allowing our queen to get its teeth onto that square. I think already we can play this move. Or I can just castle. Both looks viable. Okay, now let me think. What should I do? I like the look of this square. Is an outpost. Let's go knight d7. Let's offer a queen check. And after he captures, we can throw in between check, but I think there is queen f2. So after bishop takes e7, we can take that with this knight, not with the queen, because then he can capture this knight, and we have to take that with the c pawn, and b file will be open. And the king side is open, so I just want to castle queen side. Sacrifice something. Okay, I'm not seeing anything sound out of sacrificing, so we cannot go for that. You have potential to become a GM, grandmaster. That's so funny, Blades Party. Bro, can we play a rapid match? Let me finish. Okay, let's take that with the knight. And now knight f5 is a good move. Knight f5 is a good move. And then we can try to get our queen to g3 with check. Hi, let's play. Okay, maybe he's preparing this move. Let's go knight f5 immediately. Probably he is not allowing our queen to get in over there. I think he's gonna play bishop e3, bishop b3 to target that knight. Oh, he goes there. Mhm. I have an idea to play the move knight g3, targeting that rook. And after he moves the rook like rook s3, we can go knight e4. We can target that queen. And then we can have some eyes on the f2 square as well. Yeah, let's go for I like the look of knight g3. Like the look of knight g3. We are targeting the rook. And likely that white is going to play the move rook s3 to target our knight. Then we can play the move knight e4, which will attack the queen. And he has to be careful about f2 square because f2 is a forkable square. I'm already looking onto that. And you have to keep these things in your mind where some fork can be deployed. Okay, let's see. Knight bot, what happens? Knight bot has been drunk. Knight bot is true. Okay, he goes rook h2, which I think very good move because he's trying to keep an eye on that square. I can go knight e4 anyway. We do not have to change our plan. And when situation become necessary, we can cement that knight with f5. Although if he goes bishop d3, first of all, he has to move the queen because we are targeting that. And now somehow, okay, he goes here. He has to keep an eye on this point as well. Makes sense. And now I think we should castle. Or although I like the look of rook g8. Let's go to g8. Keep an eye on that knight. And sometimes we can play the move rook g3. Okay, I think we can go rook g3 right away to pin this knight. This knight also has some prospects over here. Should I play f6 to deprive him to get this? Let me play the move rook z3 first of all. Let's pin this knight. If he goes here, then we can take the queen. Let's go here. Knight e5 is annoying, but not right now. Okay, he goes here. Although his king is also looking so safe. Let's castle now. Still, there is no knight e5. And we can play the move f6 now if he tries to unpin the knight. Sorry, by moving the queen. But queen has to keep an eye on this pawn as our queen is continuously making contact with that f4 pawn. 838. Bro, just bowling kids with 800 elo. Yes, brother, that's right. Pixie play with you, bro. It's just God. Okay, let's see what he's going to do. Just boy, give me your ID. It is called SpeedRun 234 Shooting. Okay, he's offering a rook trade. Should we trade the rook? There is a move that if I capture and if you queen take that pawn, then we can take this pawn. But the problem is after rook takes g1, he has knight takes g1. He has knight takes g1. And queen is still going to defend. So I don't like that. Let's just support our rook with other rook. Develop along the g file. G file is the open file, so we have to use that file. We have to use that. Rook takes g3, rook takes g3 is coming. And then we can shift our king onto the b8 square. These kind of moves generally helps you because you never know when your king can become vulnerable on a semi open f5. So always a good move like b8 when you can even go king a8 so that your king is going to be safe in the future. Yes, Swastik Bhagat. Yeah, it is a bully. How 800 playing like this? Is he playing bad or is he playing good? I think he's playing fine. I never play like this. Okay, he goes back with the rook. Okay, now I'm already seeing some tactics, but that's quite not working. Rook T1, there is rook T1. And again, rook T1, there is knight T1, and queen is still going to defend. Okay, so there are no tactics in the air. So I think we should just move this king to D8 so that our king is going to be safe. He's defending very well. Okay, let's take that with other. I think his idea is to go other rook to C1. Wow. Wow, that is kind of deep idea. That is kind of deep idea. I think he wants to go rook G1 now, offering a rook trade. Then you have to kind of trade the rook because then your then our rook, back rank will become weak if we ignore that. And white is holding on to everything. Position is completely equal. What despite he has pushed all of his pawns, his position is fine. Yeah, look at how did he play in the game. He just pushed all of these pawns on the king side, and still his position is fine. Still his position is fine. It was nothing wrong. Now this is again a very good move to be honest, because if you take, your knight is going to be hanging. Wow. And he's preparing c5 even, I think. We have to be very, very careful not to lose this game because our opponent is playing some fast as well. What about rook g4? Yeah, let's go rook g4 now. CD, we have ED. But after rook g4, there is going to be knight e5. Let's play f6 first of all to deprive knights to getting to e5. And after CD, we have ED. We have ED. Knight d2 hangs if queen takes pawn. Knight d2. But there was nothing on d. Okay, he goes c5. He targets our queen. Okay, actually I missed this move. Let's go queen c2. Okay, knight on d7. Yeah, I think you're trying to say that knight on d7 hangs. Queen b4 hangs the knight. Okay. What is the idea of this? I didn't understand this. What the heck is this? I can just take. Huh? Is this some sort of deep idea? I don't know. I can just take this pawn. Let's take. And now I do have this check. We do have these double pawns, but these two double pawns are working as an anchor. It is just controlling cementing the knight on e4. And this pawn is controlling these two very important squares as well, which is not allowing his knight to getting into it. We have to solve the problem of this knight. This knight is not at his maximum potential. We just eliminate that. Wow. Look at that idea. Wow, man. Now I see what is the idea of f5. What is idea of f5 is after captures. If you take this bishop, there is going to be this check, and he will try to win that rook. But then we can go queen c2 back. I like, but I think we can get away with these kind of things with this check. Let's throw this check first, then we capture this. But again, there is this check, and he will take this pawn, I guess. Wow, this guy is playing so well. Let's capture this, but now I have this check. I think now his king can get. I think he was going backward. He should have goes b1 because rook is controlling backline. But now after this check, king a8, queen takes f5. Already my queen is getting in, and that is its checkmate threat. Queen d5 is a checkmate threat. Really, it was just a bad move, hanging the pawn. No queen f5. But queen c7 back will protect the rook. But then he could have taken that pawn back. Queen is defending the pawn. Okay, let me show you the line. He was trying to get this. After f5, we captures, he takes. Okay, he attacks my rook first. This is mate, isn't it? The rook is controlling this rank, and knight is controlling this square. So queen g5, queen b5 is just mate. How did he just hang mate? It's a checkmate. He was playing so fine. I don't know how did he get mated. How did he get mated? I think the only wrong move was this. He should have gone back. King b1 was completely fine. I don't know how did he play in this one. Okay, let's start from the opening. And let me turn on the inject, to be honest, in this gun because I really like to. I really want to look at what chess.com engine thinks about it. Okay, he opens with d4. We goes d5. Now comes knight f6, and he plays the move bishop f4. Typical London move. Now e3, we go bishop g4 to attack the queen. f3, we induce f3, but it is fine. Now c3, he just created this nice little pawn check. Open up the path of for the queen. We go c6, queen d3 targets this pawn, and we play the queen b6, and we offer c queen. Queen goes back, which is bad. I could have taken this pawn right here, but I don't like the look of knight bd2. You can capture this pawn as well, but in return, white can get some sort of initiative. It would have been winning for black, but I don't like this look. That's why I just play the move e6, and now he attacks our bishop. We goes back. Again, he goes h4. Here I could have taken this as well, but again the same problem. I don't like these kind of position where your queen can get tossed around and you have to waste a lot of time. We play c5. We try to chip away his central pawn, and now h5. And according to the computer, this position is equal. White is better. So Astik, hey, hi, can we play? Let me finish this review. Now we have the move bishop takes b1, rook captures, we take the pawn. Now we bring the knight, and he puts this pawn. Again, it's fine, it's not bad. f6 is much better for black now, but it is kind of equal. I was not like better. It was equal, just all zero. Yeah, it's again zero. He was playing all the right. Queen d2 is the, I think, best move. Knight d7, fine. Bishop captures, knight captures, and it's all zero. And at this moment, black has an advantage of 0.6. Knight f5, king d1. This is kind of inaccurate move, but it is kind of fine. He's trying to get his king to the safety on the queen side by playing king c2 and bringing this rook into the game. Then he can tuck away his king on b1. I like the idea, but he did not execute it that very well. It's now better for us, minus 1.3. We play the move knight g3. The idea of knight g3 to hit the rook and bring this knight to e4. He goes rook h2, which I think is a very good move because he's gonna keep an eye on this move. Let's say he goes rook h3, which is one move white is. It looks like white is attacking the knight, but knight e4 hits the queen. Queen is tied down to defend the pawn as well. And if you move your queen on a wrong square, you can hang a family fort. That's why I think rook h2 is a very good move, which is always going to defend f2. Knight e4, queen e3 defends the pawn, and it's kind of equal. It is equal 0.7 for black, which is considered equal. Now comes to g3, king c2. I think the idea of king c2 is to get this rook into the game and then quickly take away his king on d1. We castle here, still 0, -1 for black, and we develop the rook along the g file. We support our rook. Okay, he drops the rook back. I didn't see the idea of rook h1, but once he captured here, I immediately see the idea. The idea is to play rook g1 now. And can you believe that position is completely equal? And I never get any kind of winning advantage in this game, and it is move 30. And it's completely equal. It's 0, all 0 out of g1. But I don't know why the idea of rook h1 was to go for this plan. Captures and go other rook to g1 and try to kick out this rook. And now black has to trade the rook, because if you goes rook h3, your king can become vulnerable, as your back rank is also. Although it's fine, but your knight is now passive. Queen is tied down to defend the king. Sorry, knight. Okay, he goes for c5, which I don't think is perfect, but still it has some potential to go c5 targeting the queen. We go f6, which is bad move. I think taking this again, then what is the move here? Rook g4. G4 is also bad. Knight here walks right into this board. I don't know what is the idea. Maybe queen here. Yeah, computer likes the look of queen d4. Queen d4, trying to keep an eye on this bishop and activating the queen on this side of the board. But we play the move f6 to control these two equal square. But now comes c5, attacks the queen, queen c2, and here I'm going to play the move f4, which is a little bit bad. But still, it's not winning for us. 0.9 is an advantage for black. We captures, and now he eliminates the knight. And the line is like queen takes d7. There is this check, which looks like it wins the rook, but you can play the move queen c2. But then he can take this pawn, and position is again kind of equal. It's all 0. It's completely equal. It's completely equal. Till this moment, it was completely fine. But we throw this check. We throw this in between check. And I don't know what happened to white. He goes king d3. And now this is the final. This is the only move where he goes wrong. Where he goes wrong, because now his king is boxed in. Rook is controlling the second rank. Knight is controlling this square, and pawn is controlling this very key important square. So every square on his side of the board is controlled, and his king cannot. And now we capture this bishop, and queen d5 is already a checkmate there, which he should have been addresses. But I don't think there is some easy way. Maybe there is knight d2, but still this loses. There is no defense. It's -5.5 for black now. And he hangs mate in 1. He goes like knight e1. Complete breakdown. He hangs 25 seconds. But I love him ball. Okay, let's see what's going on in the chat, guys. If you have any question, you can ask me now. Any question thus far. And if you're enjoying the analysis and the games, I don't have to say again and again. You can do it anyway. Hit that like button. I can see there are only 13 likes. Swastik was found sleeping on bed. What the heck is going on in this chat? Everybody seems like distracted. When he played c4, okay, when he played c4. Okay, when he played c4, what do you? Then queen b4 was good, yeah. Then queen b4 is good. Then queen b4 is good. Computer is taking some time to realize, but queen b4 is good. Hello, I'm back. Yes, I just hunched the knight. Where? Here. No, it is going to be bad because of this check. Right? And where will you move the king? If you goes here, you will move the king likely over here, but then there is rook takes f3. Look at that. Brilliant check. Because if he captures, there is knight d2 for the 3. That was right. That was the idea. And after this check, captures. Sorry, not here. You after this check, if you goes here, I'm pretty sure this is working even now. But first of all, we can take this knight threatening that. That is also fine. Yeah, we can just take this pawn and this is coming, which is less evil. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. We are threatening this. And again, let's see what will you move? What will you play? What will you play? This is a big threat. This check. And again, sometimes rook takes f3 can be the idea. King b1 just loses. After this check, king b1 loses to rook takes f3. We are hitting the queen and we have restored the material equality. We have to move the queen, but queen does not have a lot of square. It looks like you can go here, but then I can, okay, now I think I have to trade the queen because there is this threat. Although I think we have this check, king here. Then this is a threat. Okay, I did not calculate this far, but I think I can go at a6 and we are fine. Yeah, a6. We do not have to trade the queen. We can play a6, and after this check, we have this, and there is no queen c5 as long as my knight is controlling that square. And now the idea is to play rook d2, queen rook f2, queen d2, and go for the mate. So that was the idea. And after this, queen takes check, king d1, queen takes a2 is winning. Because we are threatening this check, king has to come up, and sometimes rook takes f3 is come. What will you play as white in this position? What will you? Anybody have got to defeat? No, I think Kasanti Jha is a fan of Jeel Mehta. What will you play in this position as white? It looks like white is out of the move. This bishop is out of nowhere. What is it doing? Maybe you can play the move bishop b5 to try to bring this into the game, but already this check is devastating because the rook is hanged. So let's say you play the move rook here, but I think it leads to a checkmate. Check, king c2 to defend this. Now this check is there. No, this check is not here. What is the move? Can I capture? No. Then where is the mate? Maybe I can counter attack his queen. Yeah, I can counter attack his queen. Yeah, rook takes f3 again. Yeah, I was saying that rook takes f3 is always there. If white takes our queen, I can take his queen and we are fine. We are up 2 pawns and his position is bad. And after rook takes f3, king c2, rook takes f3. If he captures here, the rook is going to be hanging. This is the idea. Everything is clear. Any question? We can, I think, keep going on. We can play another game. Queen c2. Queen c2, king e1, king d1, king captures, rook here, check, king c2, rook takes f3. Rook takes f3 is the idea. I think now everything is clear. Okay, let's keep going now. Let's play another game. 10 plus 5. I hope you enjoy the analysis, guys. If you are enjoying the analysis, you can hit that like button and you can subscribe to the channel as well. Okay, let's see what he's going to do now. Sorry, not his, but we are going to get another pairing. Okay, now we are playing with the white pieces and we have played the move d4 in the first game. So let's go for e4 this time. Let's go for more traditional move, which is to play e4 as it is the most played move in all of chess. Okay, d6. This is known as the Pirc defense, which my opponent is opting for. And in this kind of situation, we can take full center with d4. So this is known as the hypermodern opening, where black gives up the complete center and he tries to hit the central square with a distance. Okay, he brings this knight out to c6. You can play the move d5, but it is kind of over advancing. This knight can always go to like e5. Then you may say that f4 is there, but we are over advancing those pawns, so I don't like those looks. Let's bring this knight out. Traditional way to bring this piece out. We are indirectly controlling the central square. And then we can bring this bishop out and we are fine. You tell me your ID. Okay, now knight f6. Knight f6, which attacks this pawn. And again, so many players at this level just push b5, captures, attack the knight, but then black can trade the queen there. You have to take that with the king. You lose the castling right, and that is not a good line, which I will not go for. He's attacking our pawn. Big deal. Bishop d3, just defends it. Simple chess. Don't fall for any sort of trap. And now we can castle. But since black has not shown his card, what he's trying to do, let's play a neutral move. Let's play c3. Let's solidify our pawns in. Okay, now he goes bishop g7. And now we can play the move s3. I like the look of bishop e3, bringing one more piece out. But then it can run into knight g4, targeting that bishop immediately, and we have to move that bishop one time more. That's why let's play the move s3 to stop knight g4 or sometimes bishop g4, which can be annoying on this deck. 1900, 2000, Hindi ही बोल ले भाई. Nah. I sent you a request. It's Sujais. Okay, castle. We are ready to castle as well. Let's castle. King side. And now we can go for bishop e3 as we have stopped knight g4. I played you yesterday. Okay, e6. Okay, he's trying to control these pawns, these first. But now black is going to have a hard time to bring this bishop out. We can play bishop g5 to pin that, but then there is h6. So let's go bishop e3 first. And now our central is completely solid. And now he is striking in the center with d5. And now we can go for d5. Sorry, e5. d5, e5. Now we are attacking the knight, and we are taking away these two important squares. And now bishop g5 comes with a threat, which we can go for. And we are forcefully inducing that f6, but he did not go for that. Now let's bring this knight out to d2. Although there is h6, should have gone queen d2 to stop h6. Yeah. Okay, he goes for f6, which I don't think is a good move because now this diagonal is going to be big. Let's capture over there. 700 healers killer I think. Big is filled में after. Okay, I got my real ID banned, brother. Okay, knight takes f6. Okay, now I really like the look of rook e1, which will deploy a rook on semi-open f file. Sorry, e file. And there is a queen on e8. Bro, he is not 900. He is a good player. And shit. Okay, now we have knight e5 as well. Then we can go other knight to f3. But generally, I want to remove this knight from this diagonal and play the move queen d2 and try to trade off this dark square bishop with bishop h6. Yeah, maybe he's preparing e5 by moving this knight, but he is moving that knight multiple times. We can stick our knight on e5, captures, but I think there is bishop takes. So I don't like that. Okay, we cannot stop e5. Let's bring this knight out to f1, and generally we can maneuver this knight to g3 as well. And we are paving the way for king. Okay, let's capture because this is a threat of rook. Let's take there. Knight takes, knight captures probably. Okay, this knight is self-pinned, so I think f4 just wins the knight. I'm not saying there is anything else. Because after f4, if he captures this, we can simply take that queen. f4 just wins the knight at the end. Because it is pinned. You move the knight, you lose the queen. Rook takes e8. He can try to play h6. Yeah, he can try to play h6. But if you play h6, this pawn will become a weakness. So after h6, we can go back. No, if we go back, there's rook takes f4. So h6 is a move, I guess. Yeah, h6 is a move. h6 is a move. Let's see if our opponent finds it or not. अब अगर हारूंगा तो चीटिंग नहीं मानी जाएगी. नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं मानी जाएगी. बिल्कुल नहीं. I think h6 is a very deep move to get out of this mess. Because after h6, it will target the bishop. You take the knight, you will lose the bishop. So after h6, bishop h4 will not be a problem as you can take the pawn with the rook, and knight will be out of the attack. So after h6, I think we can play the move bishop takes h6, and after bishop takes h6, there is going to be rook takes e5, which will target the queen, and this pawn on g6 is going to be a weakness then. What is your FIDE rating? I do not have a FIDE rating because okay, he did not find h6, although that was a completely viable move. So we do not have to think too much. Let's just take this with the pawn. And now we are completely up with this. h6 was the very good defensive. Okay. Check. He's trying to win this pawn. I think I can block with this. And after queen takes d2, we can go bishop d4, which will defend this pawn and solidify this pawn as well. Yeah, let's go bishop e3. You can capture this pawn and hang the queen. So I'm not seeing anything else than queen takes b2. And now bishop d4, which solidify this pawn and this pawn. Who wants to play with me? Anybody near 600 to 800 low? The growth mind, you can send me the challenge. Real ID ban हो गए. अरे नहीं भाई ban नहीं हुई. This is just the SpeedRun ID. And I used to play on my real ID at evening. I will be playing on my real ID in the evening. Okay, now we have everything solidified. And now is the time to bring this knight into the game. Although there is the move b1, which will target the queen and we can take that. And our rook can become so much active. But our knight is on a home square, so let's bring this out to g3 first. Then we will decide what to do. Black can try. Okay, now he's preparing this move. Maybe I should have gone rook b1, which I missed. c5 is kind of annoying, but that's not the end of the world. I do have this move as well. Rook e2. Let's hit the queen. Bro, me 1380 से 1400 से 1480 एक वीक में आगे. वाह, that's great. Congratulations. You are going good, brother. भाई मैं कैसे खेलूं? Brother, you have to send me that. Let's play growth fine. Okay, now let's see where he's going to move the queen. Queen 8. It makes sense. Again, the threat is to play c5 and he will win this pawn, which I don't want to give up. Queen c2 looks good, and after this move, we will drop this bishop back, not to e1 because that hangs this pawn to f2. Let's go queen c2, c5, bishop f2, and then maybe I will try to shag this bishop on g6 because at the end we can get our knight to h5. I like that. But black is not losing. He had some nice active pieces. Let's quickly go bishop f2. And after c4, we are just going to shag this bishop. Although he's going to have two bishops and rook, which will defend his king. So that can backfire as well. We have to be very careful. I'm fine, Pallav. How about you? Okay, he did go for c4. Can I go for this sack? There is a problem after this move. Although I have to go for because this bishop is literally trapped. I overlook this move. We have to go for this set. Bishop takes g6, hg, queen takes g6, and after queen takes c3, which will target our rook. I think we can double up along e5, bishop f7. We can go bishop g5. Let's go for this. We have to go. I started losing very much in rapid, so I started joining games and immediately resigning and lost 200 elo. Now I made that is known as forfeiting. You should not try to do that. I can go bishop d4, although to completely solidify everything, then I can go for that approach. But that is beyond my thought. Let's go for bishop. Sorry, queen d6. I want some fire on the board. No, after that, take bishop. Oh yeah, bishop is hanging with check. Yeah. So queen c3 is not a move. Probably black is going to play bishop f7 to target our queen. Okay, now I can go back with the queen. We do not have to give up this pawn. And I like the look of queen c2 because if this pawn falls, Black is going to have two passer, which you never know when can become very very dangerous. And now again bishop d4 solidify these two pawns. Now we are up only one pawn, and we have to solidify our opening. He's playing really well according to his rating. Jesus is coming very soon. This is a low warning. Heaven and hell is real. Rather you believe, and if you are breathing right now, God is giving you time to repent. And what's going on today? He loves you so much. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's go bishop d4. Let's solidify our pawn chain. And now we have to bring our rook onto the open file with rook f2 and rook f1. Search for Suraj. Your opponent is cheating. Might very well be. Next me, as we know, no. I want to continue the speed and I want to play someone else, bro. I have played many times. Only low elo cheap players cheat. Yeah, let's go to f2. And now the idea is to bring other rook into the game, deploying both of the rook into the open file. Very might well be that he is cheating because at lower level, so many players used to cheat. But I don't see anything suspicious till moment because I just literally I'm overlooked c4. Took. Oh, I just get off of that square. Oh, okay, but I don't think this is a good idea to giving up this dark square bishop because your king is going to be very big. Let's capture rook takes, and now let's develop along the f5. Any 700 to 1000 elo players to form elo 4. Okay, to be honest, I see the idea of b6 and c5, but I didn't see c4, which will trap our bishop, as it does not have any square left. Any square left. So I think he is lazy, but let's see. Let's see. We will try to analyze this game on our main ID with game review. Now we have both of the rook our on f5. Knight has some great prospects of getting into on h5 or f5, and I have an idea to bring the rook queen to d2. Okay, he's pinning our king, so let's go king h2 and pins immediately. And pins immediately. But he's finding very good move. These type of moves are like so advanced. And now the idea is to play maybe rook f4 looks good. Although knight f5 is completely viable move, threatening knight h6 check and trying to win that bishop somehow. As our both of the rook are attacking that bishop already. Sack the rook and then check. Okay, he goes for this. He's kind of trying to attack this fan. Okay, now there is no check as this rook is controlling that. Queen d2. Let's go queen d2. Let's attack the rook. Let's attack. I think his idea is to go queen c7 or queen d6, pinning that knight and attacking back. So again, he's finding so advanced move. Pawn to queen g6. Rook takes f7 not working, brother. Rook takes f7 and there was no queen g6 check now as rook is coming. Miss. Even here it's not working. Like first of all, he pins our rook, so you cannot sack it. And if you sack the rook right here, rook takes f7, queen takes g6, queen g6, king f8, and everything is defended. So that was premature sack. Rook g7 was there. Now we are hitting the rook, and sometimes queen can get into the party with queen h6. And now black has to decide whether, okay, he goes back. This is not working because of bishop captures or rook captures. What about queen h6? And then knight f5. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Let's do queen h6. And then knight f5, threatening mate. Your opponent is surviving a lot. That is us. You eating chips? Yeah, yeah. This is homemade chips made by my mother. Hmm. Targets our queen. And after this check, there is rook g6. Wow. He's finding all the defense, brother. Kudos to him. He's finding all the. It's been 35 moves. Queen g5 checks right, walks right into rook g6, and then your knight is going to be under fire, along with queen d7, queen c7 or queen d6. Wow, look at that defensive resource. Okay, now I think there is this check, but I think then there is bishop g6 as well, or king h8. Now knight h5 looks good. Oh, knight is pinned. Oh my god. Hmm, interesting. Check king h8. We have to comment my opinion. He's finding all the moves. He's not allowing me to get something. And now I can't move my king because he can just take my knight. Let's make it neutral. Let's go rook f3. Let's go rook f3 so that I can move the king. But then there is this check. He's finding all the defense. Yeah. Now it looks suspicious. Position is completely, I think, equal because material is also equal. Yeah, black king is a little bit weak, but there is no clear cut way to for a checkmate. If I can play knight h5, then there can be something, but this queen is kind of very annoying. This is pinning my knight. And if I go king h1 or king g1, I will allow this check. Although I can go king f2 there, rook will be hanging and queen will be hanging. Then he has to go back with the rook and then knight h5. Yeah, look at this idea. King g1, rook e1 check, king f2, rook e6, and then knight h5. Setting mate on g7. Yeah, I think that is the way to go for. No, I don't like rook f4 because you self pin your rook sometimes. And then he can move this bishop. Wow, he's still not allowing me to go for this. But now I see the defense. I think I see something. Rook f5 attacks the queen and then rook g5. So that's winning. That is winning now. I don't think there is any defense now. Because after queen g7, rook g5 pins your queen. Queen h8, you have now this is mate. Queen g7 and we capture that with mate. Finally my opponent stumbled. There is no defense. Go queen g7. Otherwise you have to resign. I don't know what he's thinking. There is no move. I can take that with the rook, but I think his king can run. So let's take that with the king. King h8, rook h5 leads to mate. Hmm. GG. Wow. Let me get the PGN of this game and I want to review this game with main ID. Wait. How can I share this game? It's right here. PGN. Let me get into that. Okay, the problem with that is I have not added myself. Here we go. I have not added myself on that ID. Let's review this game. And brother, you can wait. I'm not gonna play. His accuracy is 80.5. 80.5. Mine accuracy is 87.8. And he played good. Only a couple of bad moves he has. We started with E4, D6, and opening was fine. Okay, D5 was premature because it allows E5. We have some space now, but it's not winning. We are okay. Knight F1 was inaccurate. Let's see what computer wants actually. Okay, here computer actually wants to play the move B4. Knight F1, B5, and white is much better. And now white is winning. It's +4. Okay, yeah, because we win a piece. Because of course we win the piece. But I think I had suggested that there is a move at 6 and he's fine. If I take the knight, he can take my bishop. This pawn structure look miserable, but there is no clear-cut way to go for that. But he didn't see at 6, first of all, because I had to draw this bishop back, but now there is rook takes f4, and now knight is not hanging. He goes queen c4, we takes the piece, we draw this, we go bishop d4, bishop e6, good move, blocking of this pawn. Rook e2 was bad. Queen c2 was premature or bad move because we take away the escaping square for our bishop, and now c5 is kind of fine. You draw the bishop back and c4 now. White still winning, it's +3, but now we have to give up this piece bishop. Captures, and queen takes. And although if he takes this, a bishop is going to be hanging with check, so he cannot take that. We take, he goes bishop f7, and now we draw this queen back. Computers like queen g4, can you give up this pawn? But I thought that there is no clear way how am I going to attack him, and black is going to have two passer, which can be so annoying. That's why I didn't go for that line. I defend the pawn, he goes bishop d4, rook f1, sorry, rook f2 takes away the eyes of the e5. It takes, but I don't think that is a good idea because you are giving away integral part of your king's defense. It is winning now, but it was not here. It was winning, but he was finding all the right way. Takes, but now it's completely winning. I don't think it was cheating. It was legit, I guess. It was legit. Second mate. Yeah, he played. He played with a rating of 1400, not 1600. I'm coming. Need some water. Okay, we are back. Let's go back to our main ID. Not main ID, but SpeedRun. And let's see who is trying to send me. Yasri, I think I have played against you many, many times. So let me allow to play against some new viewers. Try ball sending to the channel. Let's go. Okay, we have to fix the. Let me make the move first of all. Okay, d4. Okay, let me show you things in your defense. Let's knight f6. Okay, now let me fix the visual first. Ah, it is so annoying to fix these kind of things again. I think it's fine. We can keep going. Yeah, let's go. Okay, e3. Combine d4 with e3. This is, I think, known as the closed game. I don't know. Indian. Compete is it is Indian game. Let's go d5. Let's contest the central. He did not opt for c5, so you cannot go for mainline things Indian bro. Why don't accept? Brother, I can play against only one guy at a time. Hello, yes, Anmol. Yes, I am. Yeah. Okay, let's go g6 now to flank it or bishop. Usually you play the move d6 in the king senior, but sometimes we can play the move d5. But this is completely opposite of me because he did not go for d4 and c4. Now we have advanced this pawn to the d5 square. So we are going to have a hard time defending e5. Let's castle. X has blundered. Yes, brother. Hello. Hello, everyone. And if you guys are enjoying the game and the stream, you can hit the like button and subscribe. No Steven play because I am just poor and a dummy. No, no, that's not the case. Let's bring this night out. I just accepted this challenge because I was not knowing that who is what is your religion. And I can play against only one guy at a time. Now let's go c5. Whenever your opponent tries to attack on the king side or maybe in the center, just try to attack him on the flank. Just try to attack. Here already I can eliminate this knight, but I don't like the fact he can take that with the f pawn. He will pick out our knight and he will get some open f file for easily. That can be so dangerous. So I don't like that. I can capture or I can go c4. But I want to capture over here because sometimes this open c file can be useful. And now we have to find a good square for our knight. First of all, let's go b5, paving way for our bishop to go to b7. Okay, he's trying to undermine my pawn with a4, which is advanced moves. I can't take there and I can't ignore there as well. Rule number 75 presents sir. Welcome, brother. Welcome to the stream. And it already looks suspicious to me. As a 500, these types of moves are like so advanced. So advanced. But he's playing and he's playing so fast as well, so we have to be very, very careful. Wow, this is again very advanced. Why? Usually black idea is to play rook a5 and completely solidify this pawn. But since he has already played e5, we are not going to play e5, and this pawn is going to be a weakness now. And his rook will always defend this pawn, but defending this pawn is going to be very hard for us. And he deprived us to get this knight out to b6 as well. Sorry. Wow, he's still not thinking. Let's go rook c8. Sunday morning chess tuition, yeah. Let's go rook c8. Okay, already he's attacking that pawn, and it's not easy to defend that. See the idea there. Did you see that? I think we have to give up that because there is no way to defend. But we have to counteract in the center. We do not have c5 squared as well. So a4, then a5 was kind of advanced. Let's go knight e4. Let's go knight e4. Okay, he captures the pawn. This pawn can come under fire. Okay, but let's go knight f6. Now we are the one who is down a pawn. And our position I kind of sucks. This knight is hard to dislodge. Let's see if I can find a way out of this mess or not. Which is going to be very hard, of course. Okay, he's offering a knight trade. I can ignore this. But let's capture and let's try to get other knight on e5. I can go here. Yeah, let's go other knight to e4 and hits the queen. And hits the queen. Okay, he goes back. He don't want to give up this bishop, and now he's attacking this pawn. Wow. Look at how he's maneuvering all of his pieces perfectly. We have to go back. We are already down a pawn. We cannot be too far down. This bishop is kind of very annoying. We have to play rook e1. Sorry, rook e8. Easy. What's your elo? Who's elo? My elo? Are you asking for my elo? Yes, my elo is 1500. He is 2300. No, I'm not 2300. That is just a joke. I'm 20. I'm 1500 in the FP. Please play me next. Okay, I'm on mode. Yeah, let me finish this game. Now White is finally taking his time. Okay, wow. He was probably calculating this attack. Do I need to respond to this? I don't think because if he captures, we have SG. Knight is perfectly fine over here. I can play the move f6, but then e6 will become a huge weakness. Wow, this guy is so I have to win. And he is ready to open up the f file, I guess. And knight will attack f7 along with the bishop is already pressing over there. Queen c7 right walks right into rook c1. And it's white who is having all the fun. Let me think in this. F6. Oh my god, what should I play? Tension is on the e pawn and then f pawn. I don't really like to give up this bishop for the knight. Whereas if I goes here, e6 will become a huge weakness. Am I getting cursed? Last couple of games in this game have been so bad. And I'm down on clock as well. What should I do, guys? Should I just go e6 and hands the rook? If I goes here, he captures, and then f7 will be followed. So I cannot do it. Let's go rook c8. Let's make a neutral move. We can't do anything. He is getting f file. E5 knight is dangerous. Yeah, it's Venmus. Oh, I just hang that one as well. Is he legit? Guys, he up 2 pounds against me. And my position sucks. And now he has a pass service just 3 steps away from Queenie. I think we are going to lose this game. Probably. Let's see. भैया अनरेटेड खेल रहे हो आपका गेम 5 येलो से हो गया नहीं भाई ये अनरेटेड नहीं है ये मैं व्यूअर से खेल रहा हूँ बट इट इज रेटेड ही इज नॉट 2200 and I'm sure e5 knight is dangerous mine is where did you laugh suddenly why did you laugh suddenly I just remember a joke I can take this knight but then he can somehow bring this bishop into the game brother and I don't like that fact like the fact that our dashboard is going to be weak on the king side he captures over here let's take that with the pawn. Is he gonna sack the knight over here? Bishop is monster. Really, oh, look at this move. Tactics, brother, tactics. We are double attacking the knight. And after, oh, this is a check. How stupid I am. I'm falling for every trap. I'm down 3 pawn. If he's not cheating, then we are done. Rook f3 instantly. If he's not cheating, it's time to get a retirement from chess. He had joined 41 minutes ago. पानी पिला दिया भाई ने पानी पिला दिया लिटरली भाई ने पानी पिला दिया ओपोनेंट भी स्पीड रन कर रहा है एंड ही हैज जस्ट joined 45 मिनट ago 41 minute ago okay he defends the mate let's unpin this bishop and I have only 240 seconds and now my rating is on the question can I defend this position down 3 pawn and with a weak king that is the question knight g5 there is rook c3 rook f3 can I attack the bishop this is well defended I see the idea. His idea is okay, let me attack the bishop first of all. But okay, he takes the pawn, attacks the rook. I can't move the rook because the rook is f7 in this guy. Wow, how this guy is watching everything. There's this fork. But again, kudos, he's finding everything. Yeah, I have to trade. But I don't want to trade. Any trade is going to favor him. He's up an exchange at 3 pawns. And now look at this. Wow. He does not have to do anything. He's just gonna make another queen. And everything is defended. Let's see if there is anything. Unfortunately, there is nothing. Unfortunately, there is nothing else. How are your opponents giving this much resistance? Everybody is just a cheater, brother. At this level, everybody is cheating. Or Indian gambit player, maybe 15 minutes is not enough for sandbag. How are your opponents? Why he hits the knight? He's allowing this check. Ah, the idea is to play rook s3 and deliver meat on h8. Wow. Knight is always going to be hanging in this knight. Okay, now the knight and queen both are hanging. And if I take the queen, he's going to capture over here and he will win the game with this. He's not even playing a little slow, so I can go for his block. He's playing like so fast. So we have nothing to do. Oh, my bishop was hanging. Okay, let's resign now. I didn't see. I didn't see. Wow, he beats me. And he gets 247 rate. Maybe it was his first game. It's time to review. It's time to expose the cheaters. Let's go for that. So take challenge from Arjun. Okay, okay, let me finish this first, then I will accept your challenge. It's time to expose these guys. It's his second rapid game. Maybe. Maybe. Indian Gambit suspect. I don't know why do they cheat. What are you going to get from this? What are you gonna get? Makes sense. I'm 400 elo dummy. I'm waiting for so long. Please, bro. I will lose in just 20. Okay, brother. Anmol, I will accept. How to see review for free unlimited? There are no way, no cheating, pure prep. Wow. His accuracy is 85.1, and I suspected that he has made some inaccurate move on purpose so that the accuracy is going to get dropped. He literally outplayed me from the opening. Although I played the opening very well, but look at this one. Look at this move first. A5 advanced move trying to chip away the queen side pawn, not allowing me to finish my development. I push b4, which is inaccurate. Kapil just wants to play bishop b7 and you give up his pawn. Wow, look at his position is so overwhelming. Kapil just wants to give up the pawn. No, first there's this move because rook is hanging, captures, then he can take this pawn. Wow, Kapil just wants to give up a pawn. And white is better. But who will give up the pawn for free? For no compensation. I don't think there was any compensation to give this pawn up. That's why I played the move b4, and my idea was to solidify that pawn with a5. But he played a5 himself, which is the top computer move. The idea of a5 is not allowing black to solidify this pawn, And later down the line, white is going to win the pawn. And defending this pawn is going to be hard, right? We play the move bishop b7, deploying this on this diagonal. Now comes knight f3, second computer move. Okay, let's get into this first of all. Yeah. And I play the move rook c8, which was inaccurate. And bishop d2 is the top computer move. I goes knight e4. And bishop takes b4. Top, of course, he has to take that because he's attacking. There is nothing else. And there is no way to defend this pawn. Knight e4. He captures the bishop. And now I play other knight to f3. Knight f3. Knight d to f6. And queen. He goes back with the knight, which is third best move. We takes, and we go other knight to f3. And now he plays the move queen e2, which is again top computer move. The idea is to pressure that pawn. Since we have already down a pawn, we cannot give up another. We goes back with the rook, which is not the top move. According to the computer, top move is to play bishop takes e5. You give up the bishop for this monster knight and allow white to get semi-open f5. But again, this is unhuman. White is already winning. Apparently, it's plus 1.79. And now this pawn is controlling f6. White has this bishop. White has some queens coming in on the king side, and white can remaneuver this bishop onto this side of the board. Who will like this kind of position? I not prefer this kind of position where my king side dark square are completely weak. But white's position is so good, you have to give up this bishop for the knight, otherwise you're going to lose anyway. I play the move rook a8. I try to stick to that pawn. Knight's plus 2.67, and he goes for f5. We goes rook c8 back, which is top move, but it gives this pawn. We captures rook c2. And now comes f takes g6, inaccurate move, but still white is better. We take it back, and now knight c6 targets the queen, targets the pawn. I thought I'm a genius. I'm attacking the knight, so he has to take this pawn with the bishop or with the knight. But knight to c7 is a check. King has to go at 7, and now rook f3 immediately threatening this check. Queen g5 trying to create some checkmating attack over there. But he was watching the future. Okay, that was the final inaccurate move. Now it's a draw. It's plus 3, but after rook h3, it is draw, apparently. But I don't know why. It allows bishop h6, and we have some counter play because we are threatening mate in one. So his queen has to go back to f4. But again, he has this passer. And I move the king. I don't know why this is bad. Let's see what computer wants to play. Okay, computers like, rook f2. Oh my god, look at, I missed this phasing where you are hitting the queen and checkmate is a threat. So white has to fight knight f5. And I don't even know what is the idea of knight f5. Idea is if you take the queen, this is a check, but after captures, your rook is going. What if I just takes the knight? Then this rook is hanging and white is winning because the pressure is on the bishop. White is going to emerge up a piece. Wow. So it would have been crazy. It would have been crazy if I had found rook f2. Then we would have forced him to test. Because finding knight f5 is out of this world. Then we could have confirmed that if he was cheating or not. Yeah, if we had found rook f2, then he would have been exposed. Because knight f5 is out of this world. This is so freaking good. First of all, we can take this with the rook or we can take the queen. Taking the knight is the best move. Allowing this, pressure is on the bishop, but then you take the queen, rook takes f1, then you goes here, you allow this check. If he goes for this check, then it's black who is winning because now the queen and bishop is hanged. So he has to take that with the bishop, I guess. Bishop takes. Then you play the move f6. I don't even know what is the idea of f6. Wow. And it is draw. I don't know how. Wow. Crazy line. Should have found that rook f2, but we missed that. King g2. Again, knight f5 is the move. Again, knight f5 check is the move. It double attacks the bishop, so we have to capture. But then he's winning this rook. It is so winning because after captures, this bishop is going to be hanging at me. And white wins. He missed knight f3. He goes to f3. He takes that. Okay, at least here I should have captured this and get into this kind of. But I thought he's up 3 pawns. He's gonna push this pawn as well. He's up 3 pawns, right? But I can capture this and this. How did I miss this? What the heck? It was. It kind of have. It could have been ended in a draw. If queen takes, then queen takes, and we can take this check in here, and I can take this as well. And it is apparently a draw. I don't know why did I not go for this line. Okay, maybe he can't take that with the pawn. So yeah, it would have been draw. That was a draw. I didn't see this move, to be honest. I just got panicked with the impression. And I thought that I had to keep a knight at least to get something going. But that was bad. And now it is just a matter of time. He just really converts everything and he wins that. My sister suggested a name, I took it. I'm using my laptop. Old viewers can't if it new viewers this sucks. Okay, let's go back. Okay, there was a guy who was trying to send me the silence. Where is that? Okay, beach physics. Was that your ID? As you are saying that was it sorry, prep. I think it was you, beach physics. I have played it 100 plus times. What's your real elo? What is your real elo? Beach physics. Okay, there was a guy. I'm trying to find that. Who was trying to send me the challenge? Anmol. Anmol, where are you? And which one is your ID? I think it's Anmol. Yeah, it's Anmol. Let's play against him. Do I accept the challenge? Okay, okay. 21 on the top. Okay, then you can send the challenge with your main username, and then we can play on the real ID. Then we can play on the real ID. Okay, so we are facing the Caro-Kann defense. Let's go for d4. And if you are the old viewers, you might know the fancy is my top pick against the Caro-Kann. Okay, he declines. So let's bring this knight out to c3. My ID is Ion Koji Beast. Bishop d6. Bishop d6 walks right into e5. Can't see the screen. Oh, wait. Let me switch that. Sorry. Now I think you guys can see that. I think it's fine now. Yeah, let's play. Okay, bishop goes back. Let's go f4 and then we can bring this knight out to f3. Your real ID, my real ID is given on the top left corner on my webcam. Now we have knight f3, bishop e3, bishop d3, and we have some easy development move. Check his team scheme. Now it's fine, guys. Now it's fine. Okay, he's trying to undermine this pawn. Makes sense. Let's bring this knight out. Let's we can't say. Now I can play bishop e3, but I'm kind of refusing that because of queen d6. Let's go bishop e2 first. Let's go bishop e2. Bishop e3 next. This pawn is defended after CT, knight takes D4, knight takes D4, queen takes D4, and we are fine. And now we are ready to castle, and we are ready to castle as well. Go on 30 plus 0 hyperbolate in. Okay, if you guys want, then we can make it. If you guys are enjoying the game and the stream, you can hit that like button and you can subscribe to the channel as well. Okay, let's see what he's gonna play now. He can try to play bishop c5 to double attack the knight. Then we have bishop e3. I don't like queen d6. I don't like queen d6. Let's go knight e3. Let's attack the bishop. Your real ID name, bro. Dilkil Chess. It's Dilkil Chess or Sanjeev. You can just search the ID. My username is given on the top left corner on my webpage. Okay, now black is going to prevent us from castling. Let's go a3 first of all to stop knight e4. And the idea of a3 is to play the move queen d3 and then preparing bishop e3, contesting that strong bishop, and then enabling kingside castle. Make 10 plus 0 super hyperbulate 4 or 10 15 plus 0. Okay, which one? Let me finish this one first. I can go for queen d3 quickly. And now bishop e3 is coming. d4 is never really a problem because we can take knight e4. And then we will be able to castle. And I did not play queen d3 initially. Okay, castle, we shall have bishop e3. d4 is a fork. Ah, d4 is a fork. Oh, I hang a fork. Oh my god. I hang a fork. Oh my goodness. Bad. It's losing now. It's losing. How did I miss this? This is a fork. Wow, I'm literally getting outplayed against everyone. You could have gone for knight a4 sleeper. Yeah, this is literally bad. This is literally bad. Okay, let's try to survive at least. Let's try to survive. But this is dead loss. No 1500 will give any chance to us. And now if I go here, knight e3 is annoying with an attack on that. Oh my god. Take with knight and pain with rook. Where? Take with knight, there's queen takes brother. He's not going to take that with a knight. And we have only thing which is attack. Attack and attack his queen. There is nothing else. There is nothing else. I just stayed up and say four. How did I miss that? Okay, I knew it. Let's just push all of these ones. At least this pawn is doing a good job. I think he is ready to take this move. Let's go to g1 and now queen g3. An idea is to push this pawn and somehow get my queen into the attack. Somehow get my queen into the attack. This knight is kind of keeping an eye on f5. That's why I cannot push g5. g5 allow knight f5 immediately. So we have to push this pawn down the board. We push this pawn down the board. Somehow bishop d3 and then try to get the queen into this diagonal. Sorry, line. But we have to open up some lines at least. S5, S4 is coming. Okay, so now his idea is to double attack that. Double attack that. By moving this knight, of course. What should I do, guys? I see the problem with that move. After he moves the knight, he's going to take that pawn with a queen. That will be a 4. That will hit this one. So should I go bishop d3 already? Or should I go? Let's go h5 first. Let's wait for him to move this knight. Then we can play the move c4. We will kick out the knight. And pawn on c4 is going to be defended. Then we play the move h6. Me, Karina. Okay, let us finish this game. Hey, man. Yes, Sam. Hello, welcome to the stream. You came back to the stream after so many times. After so many times. Okay, let's just wait for his cards. Let's see what he's going to throw onto our face. M14. Okay, it's not easy to hold on to this position because these pawns look so dangerous. We can even go for g5 and then g6. But I like the look of h6, trying to open up. And if you go g6, then the dark square will become weakness. Guys, vote for 10 seconds or 15 seconds. Oh, he decided to give up that. Wow. Okay, we'll take that. We will take that. We will take that. Now we are just down a pawn. Although my king is weak. My king is weak. But I think we have some free hands. Okay, he is trying to trade as many pieces as possible. Knight takes. I don't like that. Let's go here. Threatening the knight. What should I take? I think we should take this. Knight is still hanging. Knight d5. Knight d4. That is 4. And now the question is, can we defend this place? He's stopping this, which is a concern. If I go here, let's go. Let's go for that. 800 elo, what is 1500 elo? It's fine. It's fine. We are down, not just down a pawn, but still it's so hard. Now he's threatening this move, attacking that pawn and attacking this pawn. I can go rook g3. And after this, we can take h6. Yeah, let's go for that. Rook g6 defends the pawn. And after knight f4, we can go h6. g6. And then we will try to bring this knight into the game, which is not easy, of course. Which is not easy. Maybe I can push a4 and a5. Let's go h6 first. This is well defended by the rook and the king. And now if I goes here, there is knight takes. There is knight takes, which of course we don't like. Let's occupy the open c5 now. We have to be very careful about this knight. And now I like the look of rook f3, attacking this. Oh, he's offering a rook trade. Okay, let's do this. Rook f3. Knight there. e5, e4. Knight d5, then d4. Opening up a pathway for this. So that his rook cannot infiltrate over here. We have to be very careful because we are still down a pawn, but our pawns are holding on onto these pawns. These sides of the pawns cannot be moved. And if we can trade the rook, I think we can save the draw. But still, he has 2-on-1 on the queen side. And my knight is not so much active, whereas black knight is very active. It is on an outpost. We can't even play rook c3 because of this knight. And our knight is badly pushed. I can play a4, but then it gives away this square. What will you play then? Okay, let's go rook f1 and let's try to go rook c1 to trade off that strong rook. And somehow we have to target these sides of the pawns. If he goes a4, then we can remaneuver my knight. Okay, that is defended. Let's go to C1 immediately. Let's go to C1. He can go to A4 to attack this pawn. But let's see what he's going to try. It should be a draw with perfect play, but it takes a lot of effort. We have to be very precise. We have to be very precise. Let's see what he's going to do now. Then we will decide what to do. This end game is going to be hard, but he is now low on time, so we can keep our foot on the gas pedal and keep massaging this person. Rook has been offered. So after he captures, okay, captures, we have a question. Do we take with the knight or do we take with the king? I think we take back with the knight. That. Hmm. Let's attack the knight. I think we can lose this pawn. Knight s3 and we are losing that. Somehow I have to bring my knight into the game, which is of course not easy. Let's go here. Now knight is controlling this, so we can infiltrate on that side of the board. Wow. We have to comment now. He is playing like a beast. Now knight e4 will defend that pawn, and my king is perfectly placed to stop these side of the pawns. And if we can imagine the a situation where we can win this, let's take knight e4. Imagine the situation where we can win this pawn. And now let's go here, keeping an eye on this pawn, and now knight is tied down. And the simple idea is to play knight f6 now. Yeah, knight f6 is going to be a check. But let me see. I don't like that. Let's throw a check. This end game is going to be so crazy. I will show you that line what happened if I had gone for knight f6. Let's take this. No, no, no. I don't think this is a draw because we are the one who is in the opposition. But if I tries to go outflank him, he can enter over here. I think this is a draw. Let's take the opposition. Yeah, I think it's a draw. Or is it? Or is it a draw? Because I can see there are some square where I can try to infiltrate. Wow, what a comeback if we win this game. And he has only 40 seconds to figure everything out. I think we can outplay him in the end. Okay, he didn't take. I can throw this check. Probably he's going to play this move. And then after this, he goes there. Let's throw this check. After this, you cannot come up. I think now I can outflank him because of this passer. Takes the opposition. Here. And after this, we have this move. Oh, that was the right idea. Oh, it was still a draw, I guess. King d8 was still a draw, but now this is waiting. I think King d8 was still a draw. Yeah, after that, king d8 was still a draw. I think there was a way to outflank the king, but what a comeback it is. Wow, what a comeback it is. What a comeback it is. Okay, let's see if it was winning or not. Let's go back. It was draw. It was draw at this moment. Okay, still a draw. King d6. So d5 still a draw. And now he allows us to get put this check. And now this pawn is always going to be just two step away. And now we can outflank. Okay, we go like king c6 first. And after king d8, you go king d7. You take away these two square, and after king d8, we go king d8. And if he goes here, how will you continue the game? Oh, king d7. I think we triangulate. Yeah, I think we can use the triangulation. We can go here, and after this move, we can go here, and after this move, we can go here. And now he has to move the king. If he goes here, check. And after this move, we can go here. And it looks like it is a stalemate, but it is not a stalemate because he can push this pawn. Right? He can push this pawn. We take with this pawn, not with this pawn. Okay, I think we can take with both of the pawns. Wow, but now this pawn is free to move. Oh, what a crazy instance where black is going to stalemate himself. And we are going to promote to even a bishop and deliver mate over here. Wow. That was a crazy idea, brother. How crazy it is. First, you have to stalemate Black King. Then you have to allow him to get a pawn push. Let's say after this move, where let's see the game continuation first. After King C6, I think here he could have gone for this. I goes here, he goes here, again this, and this move. And after King C8, we play D7 check, forcing King D8, and now King D6. Now the Black King is still mated. He has to push this pawn. And any we can take back with the any pawn. If we take that with this pawn is now free to move. And we promote with you can promote with the queen, even with a knight. You can promote with anything, even with a knight. And in the next move, knight is e6 is checkmate. It was winning. Wow, crazy. Otherwise, I'm sure I would have found that. Yeah, that was right. That was right. But I don't think there you should have given that piece back. I don't think you should have given that piece back. It looks dangerous, but there are ways. There are ways to defend. This piece sacrifice was premature. I don't think it was right decision. Still, it shows that black is winning. It's minus 2.2 for black. But now it's less appealing because we are just down a single pawn. And you win some series of inaccurate move which allow us to get back into the game. And then we defend very resilient. Takes 94 and D4. D4 is a very good move because you opens up the path. If you don't play D4, Rook is going to be on C3, which will hit the knight. Knight moves, you lose the pawn. So D4. And now we can't play the move Rook C3 still because there is two defenders. So we maneuver our Rook to C1. It is a little bit better for black minus 0.8, but it is not winning. Now it is just completely. There was a line where I calculated that his knight can get trapped right here. After this, I goes here. If he goes for that pawn with knight s3, there is no way to defend that pawn. But I think I can play the move king f3. And if you capture that with check, oh, is he getting? Ah, he's getting out. Maybe he could have gone for that because knight e4 is positive. Please check here. Again, there is knight e5. I thought that I can get his knight, but there was no way to that. He could have gone for that maybe. My stack was fine. Okay, so now you know that computer is giving you your sack was fine, but as a human's perspective, I don't think that sack was sound. Computer think that it is fine because black has some initiative. But why? There is no need to give up that piece back. Let's say here you could have gone for knight e7. What will I do? H6? No. C4? C4 is the idea because this knight is trapped suddenly. Okay. So you cannot go for knight e7. To go for that, maybe here. But still even war goes up, but still black is winning. Now black is double attacking this, so we have to play c4, knight e7, h6, g6. Maybe the idea is to play queen h4, queen f6. You see that, but I think he can play f4, f5. Black can go f5, and after en passant, you can move this knight, queen f7, and you can win this pawn back. Even if you play this g5 move, there is no attack going on, and black is fine. It's minus 2.4 for black. Okay, that's enough. That's enough analysis for this game. Anyway, we get a nice comeback in this one. That's why I never resign. And if you enjoy this game and the analysis, guys, you can support. Please play with Arjun. Okay, let's give him a chance as well. Let's play against Arjun. Let's go for one e4. We are facing e5 this time finally. So let's play knight f3. Traditional way to bring this knight out. Attack the pawn. Knight c6 defense. We play the move piece of c4. Our favorite Italian. We are keeping an eye on f7. And he is going for, I think this is known as the elephant gambit. He just captures. Okay, didn't go for that. And you allow me to castle. Look, e1 is coming now. I think in elephant gambit after f4, this is the only viable move. Let's pin this knight. And now we are threatening to win this. Okay, knight takes e4. We are up a pawn, and there is pressure on c6 knight. कोई इंसान यहाँ नहीं बच पाता checkmate से. No, it's also gambit. Yeah, sorry, chess.com gives it as a also gambit. d4 is best. Okay, he's already blundering the pieces. What is the key move right here, brother? What is the key move in this position for white? How you can win the game on the spot? Anyone? How you can win the game? What is the move? Yeah, it's right. Knight takes c6, bc, and bishop takes c6 is going to be a fourth of the king and the rook. So simple. And there is no attack going on. Oh, although there can be. Okay, let's take this first. Oh, I will analyze a line. There was a line. I can take the rook now. Oh, there was a bishop sack, kind of Greek bishop sack. He's playing bad. He should have played e4 after e takes e5. Yeah. He doesn't know this is opening. Okay, he's attacking. He's threatening mate in one. G3 stops that. What are you doing? We have opened up a path to attack the queen now. Yeah, he doesn't know this opening. He's just randomly moving his pieces back and forth. Let's capture this pawn. Now he is deprived from castling. Rook e1 check is going to be devastating. We need to look even better. Bishop g2 is there. Okay, let's pin this knight first of all, and d4 is a threat. There is no knight f3 check. As long as your king is over there. Let's go bishop g2 hits the queen, and d4 wins the knight on the spot. Because it is pinned, you are not going to take that with the rook, but still you can play on d4. Just attack the pinned piece with a pawn. The best way to win a pinned piece is to attack that piece with a pawn. And whenever you have a pinned piece, try to look for the move where you can attack that piece with a pawn. Best of YouTube, brother. Let's play. Can we play, brother? After this game, I'm going to end this stream as it has been 2 hours. And then again, we will be streaming at the evening, so you can try to catch me there at 6 p.m. You can play against me at 6 p.m. You will be playing there. Missed bishop takes c6. Knight is defending that. Ah, bishop takes c6 is going to be a check. But this is fine. We are winning a piece. Okay, let's first take the queen. And now d4. भाई आजकल ये आईडी से क्यों खेला जा रहा है क्योंकि भाई ओरिजिनल आईडी तो बैन हो गई ना knight c3 bishop f4 we have showing normal developing move and we are winning the game. Wow, he's attacking the f2 pawn with the rook and the bishop. Bishop e4. How will you defend this? Will you play rook f1? Oh, yes, Roger. मेरी भी आईडी बैन. Will you play rook f1 or are you going to play anything else? भाई chess.com का दिमाग हिल चुका है. What will you play, brother? Said yes, Kalyani. Hello. Please, me, Kumar Naitik. Brother, I cannot play more game. Yeah, bishop e3 is right. We bring a piece out, we offer a bishop trade, and we get rid of that attack as well. नाइट विजन की भी आईडी बैन हो गई है पता है कि नहीं पता है किंग को राइट क्यों नहीं भाई किंग को राइट करोगे तब भी तो वो पहुंच जा ही रही है ना एंड नाउ c3 if you move the king right here if you move the king these are the moves where beginners just fall for if you move the king to h1 this pawn is still going to be falling with an attack on the rook but where you can bring a piece out you can defend that and you can offer a piece shield why not to go for those moves and whenever you are ahead in material just try to trade. Look at that, I'm not grabbing that pawn because I know that I'm ahead in material. I just have to bring all of my pieces into the game and goes for right into his king. We don't need to take an extra pawn. We are already ahead in material. We are ahead in material. So you don't need to win much material. You have to win limited material. Let's go knight c4, defend the pawn. And now I have already maximized my position. Our all of the pieces has been developed. And now we can take that pawn because we do not have any better. Why taking this pawn? Because it will enable bishop d5 check. We can first take that pawn, and now we can go back with bishop. That is going to be a check, and then we can deploy our knight on d6. These are the normal developing moves and normal improving moves which you can go. So can you do the rest checkmate? Reset checkmate? What is reset checkmate? I have never seen reset checkmate. Never heard of reset checkmate. Bishop d5 check, king h1. Okay, he is offering a bishop trade. What will you play in this position? Will you trade the bishop or not? All pieces in the home square. No, I cannot do that because that will take a lot of calculation. That happens in like a lifetime. भाई मैं 5 सालों से आगे ही नहीं जा रहा. Bro, just follow chess principle. Just watch my speed run, and you will get improved. Just watch my speed run, where you can learn a couple of things like how to follow the chess principle, how to bring all of your pieces, and how to improve your position to the next one. Just subscribe to the channel and try to stick to the stream. And there is a video on my channel as well, top 50 chess principles that everybody should know. You can try to look for that as well. Okay, now he's going for some sort of king side attack. We don't have to worry about that. Let's just push this pawn and we are threatening to promote to a queen. And after king f7, we can play the move bishop c5, which will defend the pawn. And after king e8, we will try to bring this rook into the game. Dr. Knight and Bishop do Knight and Bishop may turn to you other pieces. Okay, let's try. Nice way of explaining while playing. Thanks. Keep it like that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Atul Jaswal. Glad you are enjoying the games. Okay, actually, I like the look of Bishop c5. I will show you why. And now king e8 is forced because we are threatening to promote to a pawn. And after king e8, the idea is to play rook a d1. And now we are threatening this check. And after bishop captures, okay, let's just win the game on the spot. And after bishop captures, we can take that bishop, promoting to a queen, as our bishop is going to defend the d8. Chat means okay, he didn't take, so let's move this pawn to a queen and just reverse it. To knight and bishop. Ah, I just forgot that. But it's impossible to deliver a knight and bishop check because there are a rook and the bishop. If there are no pieces left on the board, then you can deliver bishop and knight check. But with rook and the bishop already on the chessboard and some pawns, it is impossible to deliver where there are no checkmating net. Chat miss. When did I miss the chat? I'm coming to the stream after 2 days. Sorry, but okay, Shaitan, it's fine. भाई कहाँ आपकी आईडी बैन हुई है? सुबह सुबह मजाक कर रहे हो? अरे भाई बैन हो गई, सही बताओ, पूछ लो चैतन्य से। So initially my idea was to play the move. Initially my idea was to play the move bishop c5 to defend the pawn. But then he can go here, and after this he can play the move like anything else. Like he can push the pawn, and after you go here, he can just take. You can think this with a check, but then he can take the queen. That's why he's not defended. Right? That's why we play the move. We play the move bishop z5. So that's why at the end he's going to be defended. This is a threat, so king e8, rook a d1, and after he plays the move bishop b6, we could have first of all eliminated that bishop with the knight, then we could have thrown this check. But we don't need to eliminate, we can just go for that check anyway. And the bishop takes, we can promote, that's the check, and queen is defended by the bishop. King has to move, then this is just mate. Anyway. लॉल मैं अभी अभी चेक करके आ रहा हूँ, नहीं है बैन. What's your original rating? My original rating is 1300. My elo is 660. Okay, you will get improved. Isco. Okay, now it's enough for today, guys. It's enough for today. It's enough for today. Let's solve a puzzle. Rush. Last 3 minutes in my real life. Then we will end the stream. Then we will end the stream. I think it's fine. भाई क्या मजाक कर रहे हो? My elo is 1056. Wow, that's great, Ranji. Just keep pushing yourself. You will get to that where you want to be. Okay, let's go for a puzzle rush. And I do not have that much of speed in my hand, but still I'm trying to improve myself. Initially, we get some easy backrings. Let me small. Let me just resize the board. Okay, it's going to be meat. The simple meat. Checkmate. Checkmate. Yes, bishop is attacking that. Where is mate? Checkmate. Oh, this is easy. Check. It should be made somehow as we are down a piece. But where is the mate? Check captures. Maybe this check and we win the rook and we are going to have enough material. Although I don't know if that is right or not. Check captures. Yeah, that was the right approach. This is easy. No. Checkmate. Okay. No. Where is mate? If I goes here, This what time is going on? Where is mate? Oh my god. Okay, sack Baruki this time. Oh, that was again a blunder. You can see that I'm not. Just 20. I'm not in complete flow in this. Okay, at least let's try to solve 30. If this is easy. Meat. Wow, what the heck was that? Oh, should have started with pawn captures. Okay, that's no. I will try to improve on this. I'm not in complete flow in the puzzle rush. My best is 35 only, but still I'm trying to improve on this. Okay, thank you everyone for joining the stream. Thank you very much to those who have subscribed to my channel. And you guys are great supporting me. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, you can subscribe that. And no, I'm so sorry, Chetan. I cannot do anything. It's too late now for my lunch. And we will be streaming at the evening as well, so you guys can join over there. And make sure to subscribe to the channel as we are keep going on in the speedrun. So it's going to be a nice speedrun. We are going to focus on the opening and then in the middle game tactics. Yeah, that's enough for today. Not today, but for this time. And I will be seeing you in the next stream. Bye bye everyone. Have a good day and have a happy chess.